Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. Delhi witnessed a dense fog today as visibility dropped in the national capital in late evening today. Dense fog enveloped area near the Delhi airport, disrupting air traffic in the evening. Multiple flights were diverted, and these diversions are being reported at this point. This after over 110 flights were affected at the Delhi airport earlier today. And we are joined by Shubhang right now. Shubhang, this is the holiday season and a lot of people have already planned to travel. What measures need to be taken by these travelers? Well, we'll try to get Shubhang back. Dense fog has, in fact, covered the national capital, and Delhi, in fact, witnessed dense fog today. Visibility dropping in the national capital. It was the similar situation earlier in the day today, early in the morning, when dense fog basically resulted in multiple flights being diverted. A lot of trains had to be rerouted and were late. We're joined by Shubhang. And Shubhang, this, like I was asking, this is the holiday season and already a lot of people have planned their travel. What measures these travelers need to take now?
Well, exactly. You see, this is the last year of the, last time of the year. So definitely people have, made plans for going out. So this is one of the reasons that people are going out right now. They have plans. They are going through, using their flights. Some of them are going by road. So that is one. So the main situation right now they are in, they need to take precautions such as they can avoid going out in the early morning when there is, dense smog, high pollution. And other than that, you see, there are many measures that IMD and the other organizations are asking people to take. So, wearing mask in the morning, avoiding morning walks, and seeing that whenever they're going out, they need to see what are the outside conditions and take preventive measures as followed by the IMD and the other organizations.
Right. Shubhang, thank you very much for all these details. We'll keep tracking this story. Moving on, the language row in Karnataka, it took a violent turn. Protests by a pro-Kannada group demanding the implementation of 60% Kannada in all signboards in Bengaluru led to vandalism and violence. The Congress government is being accused of letting such acts of vandalism go unchecked. Bengaluru police have registered 4 FIRs against members of pro-Kannada outfits. 16 people have been arrested and 700 of them have been detained. And Pratibha joins us at this hour. Pratibha, what are the latest details?
Well, in fact, what we hear is that 4 FIRs have been registered, especially in Bengaluru East and Bengaluru Northeast divisions, because that is where the main set of protesters, at least around 700 of them, who have been taken into custody during the protest, because all of them indulged in vandalism. Most of them are trying to break those signboards, as well as indulging in stone pelting activities, as well as attacking showrooms. This is what Bengaluru witnessed the entire day. What started off as an awareness drive by the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike ended up turning into a violent sort. And this apart, we did see several of these activists indulging in vandalism on Level Road, which is in central Bengaluru as well. And that is where around 16 protesters have been taken into custody and have been reported as arrested as well by police sources. A lot of them who were taken into preventive custody and were let off in the evening But then the key question is, what is the kind of action that will be taken against these protesters for indulging in vandalism? And how is it that the government as well as the police were quiet, letting things happen, letting it go unchecked for quite some time until they were taken into custody and until there were FIRs registered?
Pratibha Raman, thank you very much for giving us those details. Let's also take a look at what transpired in the last 2 days as far as this row is concerned.
Vandalism and violence in the name of Kannada language. Protests by the Kannada Rakshana Vedike in the city tainted the image of a global IT capital. An awareness drive to rename signboards in Kannada by the hardline Vedike turned aggressive. Several thousands of protesters destroyed name boards, pelted stones and attacked showrooms that had English signboards. Kannada activists are here trying to vandalize the boards of this shop here. This is the road on Bellary, the road leading to the airport from Bengaluru city.
ಇದು ನಾವು ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತಿರುವಂತ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಮೂಡಿಸುವಂತ ಆಂದೋಲನವನ್ನ ಭಾರಿ ಶಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಭಾರಿ ಶಿಸ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು.
The language assertion row was reignited after Bengaluru's municipal body reasserted an order for all shopkeepers to have 60% of name boards in Kannada. The original order was passed in 2018, but the new deadline is set for February end. During the previous regime of Siddaramaiah too, Hindi names of Bengaluru metro stations were targeted. And now, the Congress government is accused of letting such acts of vandalism go unchecked.
We can't condone violence. We can allow for people to protest and express their views and to propagate their issues. But to take law into our hands, desecrate public property, private property, all that should not be allowed.
2 days after the announcement of the civic body, the activists decided to enforce the order with brute force. While politicians may benefit from such acts, the global city's businesses are the ones that are paying the price. The protest organized by Kannada activists in Bengaluru was already announced, but it took a violent turn. Why? Why did the government not take enough steps? Why did the cops not take enough steps beforehand to ensure that this remains as peaceful as promised? With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will start the year with a tour of South India. He is expected to visit Tamil Nadu, Lakshadweep and Kerala. Prime Minister Modi will also lay the foundation stone of multiple infrastructural projects. Akhilesh has more details.
Very important and significant that Prime Minister is starting his new year by visiting these three states in South India. First, he will go to Tamil Nadu on 2nd of January. He has lined up 2 programs in Tamil Nadu. After that, he will be going to Lakshadweep. There he will be addressing a public meeting. Then he will be going to Kerala, where he will be attending 2 programs. So it's very significant in the sense, like you mentioned correctly, that in South India, the BJP has no power in any of the states. In fact, in Karnataka, party suffered a major loss and it lost the government in Karnataka. And also in Telangana, BJP could not win Telangana also. So the Prime Minister's visit is very significant in the sense that, he's making it very clear that as far as South India is concerned, BJP will try its best in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections to improve its tally in these states. And that's why Home Minister Amit Shah is also going to Telangana tomorrow and he'll be attending various organizational activities there. So both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah focusing clearly on South India.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh was in Jammu and Kashmir today after the army ambush in Rajouri in which 4 soldiers were killed. But also as there is anger over the alleged custodial deaths of 3 civilians. In a strong message, the Defence Minister said, fight terrorism, but don't hurt any citizens. He later met with family members of the three men and visited the injured civilians in hospital.
A key visit to Jammu and Kashmir by the Defence Minister just days after a major terror attack on the army. Rajnath Singh met troops in Rajouri and held a security review meeting. Remember, last week 4 army men lost their lives as 2 vehicles were ambushed by terrorists. In last 7 months, 20 soldiers have been killed and there has not been much success against battle-hardened terrorists operating in the region. Speaking to troops, Rajnath asked the soldiers to fight terrorism but not hurt any Indian in the process. The army is facing serious allegations of killing 3 civilians after the recent terror attack.
देश की रक्षा के साथ साथ अपने देशवासियों का दिल जीतना यह भी आपके लिए बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपके कंधों के ऊपर है। इस प्रकार की चूक न होने पाए जिससे कोई भारतवासी आहत हो। जिस देश की आप सेवा कर रहे हैं उस देश के लोगों का विश्वास आप प्राप्त करें।
After meeting soldiers, Rajnath Singh also met families of the killed civilians and 3 others who were injured. Families of Safir Mohammed, Shabbir Ahmed, Shaukat Hussain alleged that the trio were killed due to inhuman torture. The army has already removed a brigadier and 3 other officers, asking them to join the court of inquiry.
क्या expectations हैं?
मुझे कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं। क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन होगी? क्या वो उन मुर्दों को वापस लाएंगे? क्या इनमें वो ताकत है? इतना तो कर सकेंगे। हम उम्मीद करें कि आगे ऐसा जुल्म नहीं हो।
This is second visit of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to Rajouri in last 7 months after a series of attacks on army and region turning into a hotbed of battle-hardened foreign militants. But as the army is facing criticism over alleged custodial torture of civilians which led to death of 3 persons and injuries to several others, Defence Minister reached out to the victims of alleged torture and their families and sent a loud and clear message to the army. Fight terrorism, but don't make a mistake to hurt any civilian. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
Now look at the opposition India bloc, where there seems to be more divergence than convergence. The major points of friction are over seat sharing in Bihar, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh and Bengal, with regional parties driving a hard bargain with the Congress.
India bloc may have set a deadline of month end for seat sharing in states for the 2024 polls, but there are more divergences than convergence in key states. The main points are Punjab, Bihar, UP and West Bengal. In Punjab, the state unit is totally against any alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party. At a meeting, the Punjab Congress leaders made it very clear to the party brass that they won't allow any seat sharing with the Aam Aadmi Party. In Bihar, now with the JDU's entry in the alliance, things have been further complicated with 3 main stakeholders. It has been learnt that JDU and RJD want to give only 4 to 6 seats to Congress this time. However, according to sources, there has been no discussion yet between the partners on the number of seats. The state leaders believe that this time the party will have to adopt a flexible approach.
महागठबंधन में नई पार्टी जेडीयू आई है, उनके कुछ सिटिंग सांसद हैं, तो उसकी वजह से हम लोगों को थोड़ा तो फ्लेक्सिबल होना पड़ेगा। चाहे वो राष्ट्रीय जनता दल हो, वाम दल हो, हमारी पार्टी हो, नीतीश जी की पार्टी हो, फ्लेक्सिबल होके एक साथ चुनाव लड़ना चाहिए।
उनके अलायंस में भी जो एनडीए अलायंस बनाया उसमें भी कोई चर्चा अब नहीं है। चर्चा ये है कि नीतीश कुमार हैं या जा रहे हैं, संयोजक बन रहे हैं या नहीं बन रहे हैं, उनका ममता बनर्जी और अरविंद केजरीवाल विरोध कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं। तो चर्चा निगेटिव चर्चा है उनकी।
India alliance is also facing difficulties in Uttar Pradesh. The tug of war in the state is not just about seats between the Samajwadi Party and the Congress. In the India alliance meeting held on December 19, Samajwadi Party leaders had warned that if Congress tries to compromise with BSP, then Samajwadi Party will walk out of the alliance. The picture is not all joyous for the alliance in the city of Joy as well, where Mamata Banerjee will strike a hard bargain before giving seats to the Congress. With Prashant Verma, Bureau Report, NDTV.
We'll slip into a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. After the appointment of a new ad hoc committee, Sanjay Singh has written to the Indian Olympic Association and has completely rejected the idea of the said committee. He says that the new ad hoc committee is illegal and that Indian Olympic Association needs to respect the autonomy of Wrestling Federation of India. He also adds that affiliated and associate members shall govern all the activities independently. The reason being that free and fair elections were held and he has come through a democratic process. He also adds that Indian Olympic Association has no business to meddle with functioning of the Wrestling Federation of India. He points to a National Sports Federation plea in High Court in 2018 and says that High Court had held that Indian Olympic Association has no authority to make an ad hoc committee. Now, this after the Indian Olympic Association formed an ad hoc committee to look into the matters of the federation, a move which comes just days after the newly elected Wrestling Federation of India body was suspended by the Sports Ministry.
अब अभी तो जो हमको पिछला था उसी के लिए बात नहीं हो पाई थी, तो अभी सरकार से हम बात करेंगे इसके बारे में जी। और अगर बात नहीं बनती है तो लीगल ओपिनियन लेके हम आगे की कार्रवाई करेंगे।
तो मतलब जो मिनिस्ट्री का और उसका कहना था कि कुछ नियम फॉलो नहीं हुए, इतने दिन का नोटिस और ये सब चीज, तो उस पर क्या कहना है आपका सर?
उसका जैसे एजीएम हुई थी उस दिन वोटिंग के पहले एड हॉक कमेटी ने एजीएम बुलाई थी, स्पेशल एजीएम, उसी स्पेशल एजीएम को वहां से एडजर्न करके होटल में लाया गया चुनाव के बाद। होटल में एजीएम हुआ है और सारे लोगों का रिटेन में है, सब लोग वहां उपस्थित रहे हैं।
अच्छा,
25 के 25 24 स्टेट वहां उपस्थित रहे हैं, मतलब 2/3 बहुमत मेरा वहां उपस्थित रहा है।
ओके।
और उन लोगों ने स्वीकृति दिया है, तब मैंने नेशनल अलॉट किया है।
अच्छा।
और जगह के लिए, वेन्यू के लिए भी उन लोगों की स्वीकृति है, सबकी एफिडेविट है, तब जाकर के अलॉट हुआ है।
अच्छा, तो
उसमें किसी नियम का कोई वो नहीं किया गया। उसमें बस एक चीज है कि वो जो उन्होंने आरोप लगाया कि ऑफिस मेरी वहीं से चल रही है, 21 को हम चुनाव जीते तो जब समय देंगे ना ऑफिस शिफ्ट करने के लिए मुझे,
जी।
तो ऑफिस के लिए हम लोग खोज लिए, अब ऑफिस भी 2-3 दिन में शिफ्ट हो जाएगी।
ठीक है। तो आपने मतलब बातचीत करने के लिए सरकार, जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं ना पहले सरकार से बात करेंगे, तो आपने कुछ अभी कुछ उसका प्रोसीजर आगे बढ़ा है? आपने बोला है कि
हाँ, हमने समय मांगा, अभी समय नहीं मिला है।
अच्छा, किससे समय मांगा है सर?
खेल मंत्री से मांगेंगे ना, अभी तो सस्पेंड उनके द्वारा हुआ है तो उन्हीं से मांगेंगे समय।
अच्छा, ठीक है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद संजय जी आपका।
धन्यवाद।